Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Purpose Summit. I am so excited for you that you are listening to this because I know that means you are on your own journey of purpose. You are living consciously in your life, you're aware of what's going on around you, and you know that there's something that you want in your life that maybe you don't have right now, or you just like some additional clarity. And I know that's why you're here and that's why you're listening. So thank you for doing that because when you show up on purpose, it's good for the whole world. So thanks for that. Now, I am so honored to be here. I'm Sue Erda. I'm the publisher, and I am your host for this summit. I'm so honored to be here and to introduce you to these amazing women who are the co-authors of the upcoming book, Women Living on Purpose. And they are here today to share their stories, some practices, maybe some guidance for you that will help you on your own journey of purpose too. So today, I get to talk with Clara Brown. I'm going to read a brief introduction of Clara, and then we'll get started talking with her. Clara is a professional counselor and certified relationship and success coach who has served the greater Denver community for the past 2 decades. She is a longtime student of professional development and spiritual principles. Her passion developed from various challenges and her healing process to work with divorced professional women. Her coaching accelerates their results and creates a richer and more fulfilling life. Clara provides a customized, highly effective, unique approach that is a combination of therapy and coaching. She lives with her husband in sunny Florida, like I do. And I'm so happy to welcome you, Clara. How are you today?
Thank you, Sue. Thanks for inviting me. And
Oh,
I'm doing really well.
terrific.
And it's
Me
really good
too.
to be here. Yes.
Me too. I'm happy that you are here today. You know, I like your topic also, letting go of resentment, freeing yourself from the past. And I think all of those words are so important. I can't wait to talk about that. But before we talk about that, let's get started with your own personal journey. Will you tell us something about that, your personal journey, how you let go of resentment and how it got you to where you are today?
Thank you, Sue. Um, yeah, I believe that letting go of the resentment is one of the most important skills we want to develop to grow, to connect, to love. And that allows us to free us from the past. But we must start to completing with our parents. And what I mean by the completing with our parents, it means to see our relationship to them and seeing their relationship to us through a different lens. I want to share with you a story. In my chapter, it was a little bit more details. Today, I just give you a glimpse of it. And it was about my relationship, what's happened between me and my mom when I was 4 years old. Me and my mom was walking through in a violent situation. I was 4 years old and I was scared. I was terrified. I was confused. And my mom held my hand, but she walked beside me in silence, didn't say a word. She didn't comfort me. She didn't even say a word to me or even protect me what was going around me. And this experience and haven't revealed for me for decades when I experienced my first seminar. And I want to share with you what was that be like for me when I was growing up. I was an angry and a resentful and oppositional child. I was thinking my mother ruined my life. She didn't love me. She didn't control me. She was the wrong mother. I was born into in the wrong family. And I felt unloved. I felt ashamed. I felt unimportant in our life. And later when I got married, I was expecting my husband give me this unconditional love. Sometimes they tried, but it's never happened. And this is how was my life growing up for decades, for 40 years. I was a victim of how my mother treated me. So here I am many years later, I'm sitting in this seminar and I knew that I have to let go of this resentment in order to thrive, to moving forward with my life. And in this seminar, I discovered I was looking life through this 4 years old eyes. And how my mother appeared to me at that time, actually, I withdrew the love from her. And I, shame of it, but I want to be very, real about it. I hated my mother. She couldn't do anything right for me. So here in the seminar, and actually I had an experience to connect with my mother, and I called her. She picked up the phone, and I shared with her about the seminar. I shared with her what's happened, how I resented her. And my mother told me, Clara, I always love you and always will. And I always wanted for you to the best, a life that you never had. And that moment, I got my mother love back and I got my life back. And this resentment, these grabbing feelings, this pain, actually that moment disappeared. And after the seminar, what I discovered, that unlimiting belief system, that being an unloved, unimportant, unappreciated, someone who just never enough, it started to fading away. And actually, a few years later, I put myself into the school and I completed my graduation and I became a psychotherapist and later a coach. Because when we let go, not the resentment, not just the resentment, but what it's, goes with the resentment. When we're blaming others, we actually blaming ourselves. And we're developing in all this, again, limiting belief system. And when I was able to let go, actually started to see what is my life about. And I want to help people. And also what I discovered, and after that, I was able to let go other resentment, let other painful experience go, because I started my healing path. And when we are able to be free from the past, is gift for us, and we also is gift for other people. So when I work with people, the first things when we're dealing with them, they are stuck in some situation. My first question from them: who you resentful? Who you blame? Do you blame yourself or blaming others? What do you have to let go? Who do you have to forgive? And we start to unfolding that. And people have incredible, to very short time, they started to discovering who they are in a very, very deep level. And they can take steps to moving the direction when they want to go.
Beautiful. That is so powerful, Clara, because resentment does hold us back. We do get stuck in things. We do get stuck in, like you said, with our parents. Like, we've all had parents, right? Everybody's got parents. Everybody has stories about our parents. We've all done this stuff with our parents, blamed them for things. And then as an adult, at some point we realize, hey, this is on me. It's not them anymore. This is me. This is my life. And if I want to move forward, got to let go of that and their maybe expectations and also my blame of them. So I love that you shared that story. And I know in the book you expand on that even more, and it's really very powerful. So that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so let's talk a little bit further about this. Like, what would you say is some principle that has had a really profound impact on your life, and maybe you could share it with us so we can use it too?
Okay. So my number one principle in life is that human beings fundamentally possess basic goodness and kindness. And I want to elaborate on it with an example. I was talking about my mother before, I want to talking about now too, is my mother, because of her upbringing, she was incapable expressing her affection in a very deep level. But when she was around animals and flowers, something has changed around her. Her physiology and even her physical experience has changed. Like, she had this really sad look around her lips that disappeared, and also her facial expression dissolved. And she actually looked happy around, animals and flowers. So basic goodness is like the sun is always shining behind the cloud. So it's always that. We just don't see that. And unfortunately, not many of us develop this notion. Or we get lost, throughout this painful experience what we have in life. So when we were a child, we were innocent. That's right. And as we grow up, we actually blaming, condemn ourselves, all the things what's happened to us. And we lose this gentleness and this kindness towards ourselves. And that was my story. And that's when I had a time in my life when everything collapsed. And, I lost job. I was going through a divorce. I was raising a teenager by my own. I was financially and, struggled. Then I had an opportunity to attending a meditation retreat that dramatically changed my life. So when we meditate, we relax, and first time we start to experience the mind and the body in a natural state. We sit with ourselves, and we are experiencing whatever arises. We don't judge it. We don't try to fix it. We just being with ourselves exactly as we are. We breathe. We following our breath, that it goes out and dissolve. And that moment, you experiencing your basic goodness. The basic goodness, you actually who you are. Mm. And so I have to tell you, when I got that experience, I want to share with people, because my experience, we are not the best person to ourselves. That's right. And if we're going through life and many challenging situations, many challenging experiences, we're losing that kindness, acceptance, and love, appreciation to ourselves. So in my practice, actually, I'm teaching people. I'm teaching this meditation. And when people are learning, they can do it on their own. And also, in conjunction, I offer them tools to regain self-love. So when we put these two together, the meditation and the tools and implementing in our life, people create a tremendous result in a short period of time. They accelerate the result. So like I have clients, come to my session and, working with them, and 2-3 months, their life just takes off. Because when we know who we are, we're discovering that, we connecting to ourselves, we love ourselves, we're actually able to take all the steps what we need to do to moving the life what we desire.
Beautiful. I love that. Clara, I know that you work with and you enjoy working with divorced people. So tell me about that. Why do you have such a passion of helping people around this issue of divorce?
Why is divorced people? First of all, because I have been there, not once, twice. And I know what is that be like, after the divorce, when I was constantly questioning who I am, what I want, what do I like, what I don't like, what do I want for life, how can I pick up, the pieces and moving forward? And I want women to actually, are experiencing that no matter, I think this is my book of theme also, there is always a way, that no matter highs or circumstances, and no matter how painful, the interruption in our life, divorce is a major interruption in our life. And it's a grief, whether you are married 16 years or in a relationship or 6 years or even 6 months, it's a grief. So we want to experience that, to not just let it go, but actually to discovering, what's available. And this is what I'm teaching people. But I have something, so that's what is one reason. The second one is that I haven't told this in public yet. My very good friend of mine, an old friend from childhood, she never had a chance to see and going to the other side, because after divorce, she took her life. And I know this is a very extreme situation, extreme cases. But if we don't pay attention to how this interruption, this painful experience impacting us, we can, fall in depression. We can pick up on bad habits, and unhealthy behaviors. And we become so hopeless. We just want to get out of it. And my mission is that no woman experiencing will become so hopeless they can really moving forward, or even, hurting themselves or taking life. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that is very profound. I'm so sorry for your friend and for you, about your friend. So let's talk a little bit more about this. What would you say, Clara, are the 3 most common mistakes that people make after divorce?
So out of, what I already shared it, and probably and people can really connecting to that, one of the things, the common mistakes is denial. When we are, like my friend, she just denied what's happened, and she pick up and that habitual pattern and unhealthy and behaviors. So the one of them is denial. The second one is rebound relationship, when women believe that they can avoid the loneliness, or they can to get feeling again what they haven't got the previous relationship. But unfortunately, rebound relationship never works. And the third one is when people and women, they shut down, they close their heart, and they said, I'm not going to do this again. I don't want to get hurt again. And what I discovered when I was working with women is that those are the women who held on strong resentment, and they cannot let it go. So they kept, protecting themselves and afraid to actually opening their heart and creating the life that they want.
Wow. And so you help women move beyond this. So they've gone through divorce. You help them to get to either the next relationship or to that relationship with themselves, how to let go of things so they can live again, I'll say happily. Does that make sense? Is that what you do?
Yes, exactly. Thanks for saying that. The first thing is always I tell women, after divorce, give yourself a time to heal. Give yourself a time to rediscover who you are. Most of us, I don't know. So, and I didn't know myself. Even though I was married, even I had kids, I didn't know who I was, didn't know what I loved, didn't know what I can do or cannot do. So give yourself a time to heal, to redefine yourself, get your power back, to let go and dealing with if you have resentment. And now we can build a life. You can create a life that you absolutely love.
Beautiful. I love it because it is possible. We have lots of examples of it. You're one of them. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I appreciate the work that you're doing because it's necessary because the divorce rate is pretty darn high. So that's a really good thing that you're doing. So thank you for that. And Clara, I am really happy that we had this time together today. Thank you for sharing yourself, your story, what you do for your clients. We've got some wonderful information that we can use. So, and I also know that you have a gift for our listeners. Will you please tell us about that and how they can reach out to you?
Yes. So, so my gift from people who and actually and interesting and what I'm doing and get and taste of it, and this is really the right path for them if they actually want to work with me. So I'm offering a 45 minutes strategy session for them. So they can come, they can share where they at, what their vision, what they want, where they at, and just really sorting it out, that is it a good match for each other, or how can I help them? And even if they don't want to work with me, or this is not in the right um,
The right
right
fit.
to path for them. What I'm offering is that they leave this strategy session, that's something they discovered, something when they actually have a transformation to discover about themselves. So whether we are working together or just really it's that it's going to be a very powerful 45 minutes for them. So this is one thing. And the second one, I want to offer them, I have a lot of videos about affirmations, and they can find it through my website. So they can email me, and Clara at catalystforbravery.com. And this is my website also, Catalyst for Bravery, and we're writing with K. And they're getting onto my website, and they can, find the gift, what they're looking for, and they can schedule themselves for the strategy session.
Beautiful, wonderful gift. So that's they can email you at Clara, Klara, at Catalyst. What was it? I'm sorry. Catalyst.
Yeah, Catalyst for Bravery.
Catalystforbravery.com. Beautiful. And that's your website, catalystforbravery.com. Awesome.
Yes.
Well, I'm so happy that you gave us this gift. I know that there are a lot of people that would love to talk to someone like you that has this expertise and professionalism and wonderful background and personal experience that will really help them through this. So thanks so much, Clara. And Clara, thank you so much for being a part of this whole project. I appreciate you. I'm so happy that you shared your story in the book. Also, this tip in the free ebook that everybody got who signed up for the summit, and also this time today. Thanks so much for being a part of this. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Sue. I'm just very, very grateful part of it. Your mission, what you are really offering to the world, and opening the door to many, many women to discovering themselves and really have the life what they want and discovering who they are. So I'm very, very grateful. And again, part of your journey, part of your mission. So I can make a difference. Yes.
Thank you so much. It's divine pairing. This is what always happens. When you put good stuff out there, good people come. So we are so grateful to be connected with you. And listeners, same goes for you. I know that you are on your own journey of being more consciously aware in your own life. And I know that you are living on purpose and you're trying to do it more, or changing your purpose, or being more clear about your purpose in your life. So thank you for doing that, because how you show up matters. So what the other tools we have for you is this book, Women Living on Purpose, which launches on June 29th. On June 29th, if you come to our website, which is womenonpurposebook.com, womenonpurposebook.com, you will be guided to go to Amazon to buy either the paperback book, or you can buy a 99-cent Kindle that day, June 29th only. And when you bring your receipt number back to our website and plug it in, you will have access to more than 35 gifts from our authors and partners, and they're awesome gifts. So definitely do yourself a favor, buy that book on launch day, one way or the other. Come back to our website, get those gifts, and you will have all the tools and inspiration and motivation and guidance and empowerment that you need to live purposefully in your own life. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for showing up and doing what you do, and keep spreading that love and joy that's out there, and be connected with yourself. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye for now.